Hi everybody. So I'll just wait a minute and see if anybody hops on. Okay, I'm just going to start right in. So today I am going over the series that I started yesterday, and it's on the acronym THINK. So the T is for truthful, H is for helpful, I is for inspiring, and N is for necessary, and K is for kind. So today we're on the H, which is helpful. So if you didn't get to see my blog from yesterday or my live from yesterday, what I was talking about was this acronym that you see in schools, and you see the kids are taught this, and they are taught these things so that they're not saying words to others that would be hurtful. So basically you would ask these questions. You'd say, is it helpful, what I'm about to say? And then if it's not, then you won't say it. So I decided to use these as my inspirational lives and just go over the word helpful. So helpful doesn't mean that you're helping yourself. So when you're helping in a helping manner, you need to put yourself in that other person's shoes, and you need to, let me just turn my volume off so we don't get any more of that. I believe that was my husband texting me. Anyway, so you need to put yourself in other people's shoes. You are not thinking about yourself when you are being helpful or when you are thinking about what you're saying. You are thinking how this affects somebody else. So you need to be compassionate, and you need to be really going through how that affects somebody else. So does what you're going to say post, because I'm also talking about whether you're posting it on social media or not, write to somebody, or what you're going to do for somebody, is it helpful to them, not to you? Now you want to ask, if you're questioning that, does it do the opposite for them? Is it causing them more work? Is it adding to their burden? Is it just taking up their time when they don't have any? Is it going to cause issues for them? And if it is, you shouldn't be saying it, you shouldn't be doing it, or you shouldn't be posting it. Is it going to make their life harder? So if you see somebody struggling and you go up to them and say, hey, can you help me? Well, you should have thought of that. You should have looked and see, open your eyes and see what that other person is going through. And is what you're asking them to do, what you're saying to them, is it helpful to them as well? Or is it selfish motives that you're asking somebody something? So it's kind of like manners. You've got good, you've got bad manners. So you need to be aware of what other people around you are feeling before you say something to them that might not be helpful to them. In another way, why do we want to be helpful? Well, because the world is a better place when people are happy, and if you're helping them, if you have a helpful heart, and you're thinking of others more than you are yourself, more people will be smiling. And the fun part of that is it helps you too, because you feel good for helping others. So when we think helping others, people sometimes just think about the needy, and but it's not only that. In the grocery store, you see somebody struggling with getting something off the top shelf, and you're taller. Go get it. It took 2 seconds out of your time, and it might have made their day. You see a mom struggling with her children, and are you going and saying, and I know it said this in another blog, are you going and you're saying something to that mom that is going to help her, that is going to lift her up, or are you going to knock her down? So what you say, how you look, how you approach that situation, it can either be helpful or very much the opposite. Yes, so why, so you're taking somebody else's burdens on yourself, is another way of looking at being helpful. If you see that somebody's having trouble solving a problem that they're having, and maybe you sit down and you brainstorm with them, that would be helpful if they want your help. If you sit there and listen to them and say, and they're saying, I'm going to do this, and you say, no, that's no good. Well, that's not helpful. You're not helping them. You're not helping them solve the problem. You're not giving them new ideas. You're just basically making it harder for them to solve the problem. So if you can't really say anything that is going to help them, maybe it'd be better that you didn't say anything. And why, one of the things that I was thinking about when I was thinking about this topic was, why is this one so important to me? Well, I've spent a lot of time volunteering, and I just thought, somebody needs to do it. But in the past year, in looking at what direction I want my life to go in, the thing that keeps coming up is I want to help people. And I want to see people smile because of something that I did or something that I said. It is a great feeling. I was fortunate enough to work at a women's shelter, very young, and I worked there for 6 years. And I think it spoiled me a little bit to know that I don't want to just work for somebody to better that one person, like for the almighty dollar. When I worked at Women's Place, it was a place where we helped people who were in need, who were struggling. We had to watch everything that we said. We needed to make sure that we were in a positive light, that what we said to those ladies and their children were helpful to them. When I answered the phone, I had to make sure that I was helping people. So I think that set the tone. Well, and actually, going back way earlier than that, my dad would drop everything. He had a tow truck, and if somebody called him in the middle of the night, he was out and he would go and help them. And a lot of times he didn't even charge them because he had a helpful heart. And when we had the funeral for my father, and I was standing in the line with my siblings, my 7 siblings, there were so many people that said my dad helped them. They were sometimes shocked at what he did. And I think that was instilled in us as children. And I think that I want to carry that, and I want to show my children that as well. So another way you can do it, and I don't know, people who've been friends with me for a while might have known that I've done this with my children. We go to a nursing home. We did it at Christmas. We've done it at Easter, and we've done it at Mother's Day. A couple of, not this year, but Christmas we did. And we take some flowers and gifts to somebody who might not have family visiting them. It was rewarding to watch my children see that just by saying nice things and sitting with someone, that it put smiles on their face, and a few tears actually. And my children wanted to do it again, because it that not only helps them, but it helps you. And to know that your words can uplift somebody is an awesome feeling. So I hope that you just get even just a little bit, and maybe tomorrow or the next days coming up, that you might, I might be that little voice in your head saying, okay, who am I going to help today? And I hope that you take that opportunity and help people around you. So if you like this video and you're watching, hit like down below so that I know you're watching, because I don't always see who's watching on here. And also I put this into a blog and I put it on my website, If you want to see more blogs like this or follow along, I still have a few letters in Think to do. I'll be back on tomorrow and following up with this series. So you have a great day.